I'm proud of our young ladies. The score, again, is not indicative of the effort that we gave. We followed a game plan in the first half. Our shots just didn't fall. We got open looks, and we got to the foul line. Percentage-wise, there's things that they're doing that we've picked up on that we wanted to attack. And we felt like we could expose them in transition defense and get to the free throw line. We did that in the first half, and TT consistently in the second half. We knew it would be a game of runs. My proudest moment was what we worked on in terms of switching screens and jumping screens in the second quarter, and our young ladies did it flawlessly. Sometimes it's not about the press when we have limited numbers. Sometimes you got to come up with different things, and I thought our kids executed, and we got some steals, and we got some transition buckets that got us back into the ball game. At halftime, we talked about it. Transition or transition defense would be the key in the first half. It wasn't our transition defense. It was our floor balance and shot selection on offense. We took some quick shots that led to transition. 3-6-9, their players got open, and they knocked down some threes that kind of set the tone. We were forced to call a timeout there. That's what I'm trying to teach our young kids, is understanding. One of the goals was to get to the bonus first in multiple quarters. And I think we did it once. I'm not sure on that. But we got to understand game plans. They went to the zone because we were getting to the foul line, and they wanted to slow down Gift some kind of way. She became frustrated. She needs to let the offense work for her. I put in Mia for a second, and Mia showed it. Like, the kid just did what I asked her to do, and she got a quick bucket. Obviously, they probably don't come with a double as fast, but where we're trying to get her the ball, if she trusts it, I know it's frustrating, but if she trusts it, she's going to get those looks or easier kickouts to where we've stationed our shooters. But overall, I didn't like our poise in the third quarter. And, again, holding them to 11 in the second is something that we got to do. I was really nervous because we were on our way to a 30-point quarter in that first quarter, and we just got to find a way to find the open players a little bit better and then contribute to execute on offense.
In that vein, how much of good defense with this team, particularly in this league, can be about shot selection?
Oh, for sure, because everybody wants to run. You're about to see that Sunday. If you take quick, wild shots, you open up people's transition. And so what you saw today was a veteran point guard, run her ball club, understand tempo when it was there. So that's what we're doing. But my point guard today was TT, and I knew by putting her at point that if they tried to drop off on her, it would open up her vision. But she had 5 assists for me today. Normally, I bring my players after wins.
Right.
But some of my younger kids, I want to start teaching them the accountability of what this is. And so I usually bring my point guards, but she was my point guard today. And I wanted TT in here because as a sophomore, she's learning. She understands her role. She accepts the challenge of wherever I put her, 1, 5, 4. She's rotated on the 5 some. But she accepts that. She understands what I want. She's studying film. And I just think when you go through sitting a year and she's playing behind Q or Jaden or some other kids and not getting those minutes, she came back hungry. She came back hungry, and she makes me play her. I don't care what her field goal percentage was. Let me rephrase that. I care. She's going to start knocking some of those down, but it doesn't deter her. She doesn't drop her head. She comes right back and gets to the free throw line some kind of way, and that's the resiliency that we're building on. She made those kids work defensively. She has her butt down in the stance. She's playing passing lanes. I said if she's 105 pounds soaking wet and she can box somebody out and get to the line, some of my bigger girls got to do the same thing. But that's what I'm looking for because she's embodying right now what Saluki basketball is with a couple more baskets.
Gift has 17 by the middle of the second quarter, doesn't score again.
Yep.
You touched on some of it. How much of it is maybe frustration or she's either not getting touches or shots to drop, and how much of it is, you're seeing double and triple teams with her?
Yeah. Well, it is. And we've worked on that. We work on, trust me, I get it. And like I told her, the standard is high, the expectation is high, and the kid wants that. But now it's understanding in those reps in practice why we're doing these drills that we're doing. Yeah, I know you just played 20 minutes and you want to get to the meat and potatoes, but baby, this is the meat and potatoes. And getting her to understand that work ethic. God, you guys are seeing her 17 and 13 on a night where she's not playing well. And I'm trying to tell the girl, if I could put Mia's motor in her, then she's 40 and 24, a night. And just trying to build that. But that's not the systems that she's used to playing in. So understand it. Like academically, she's a junior, y'all. These new rules might change some things.
Yeah.
But just trying to get her to understand the growth that's there. She's very prideful because she loves her teammates. And it weighs heavy on her. And that's why she's trying to make things happen when I'm like, hey, just relax, we'll come back. Let them have to focus on somebody else, we'll come back to you. And so I'm not worried about it. Gift's a great kid, but you just got to learn from it. And we're going to spend some time in the film room is what I told her.
And one more thing, since you brought it up about the details, at this level, when you get into league play, how much of the meat and potatoes are the details?
Everything is the details.
I mean, I'm talking about like the cereal, the meat and potatoes are the details.
It is, yeah. And that's what I'm trying to get our kid. Everything we do has a reason. And as we talk patience and all that other kind of stuff, that's the most veteran team in our league. They got 6 kids that are 5th year or older that returns out of their top 7 kids. They got the most continuity in that coaching staff over there with the veteran coach that's been the winningest coach in this league. And I told her, and I'm out here with 10 and 4 freshmen on the floor at a time, competing with them. And so that's how you build it. You don't get deterred. You don't get deterred by the setbacks. You keep building. And like I told our kids, you just do your job. When you do your job and you bring your work pail, things are going to change. Things are going to change, but somebody in that locker room, I told them, we'll keep dragging you, but it's going to take somebody in that locker room to be okay to step up and say, nah, it was comfortable in this pack, but let's go here. And then somebody join that person to take it to the next level. But there's comfort. There's comfort down here right now because everybody's really, really close. I need people to separate. And that's why this young lady's in here, because her work ethic has already separated. Now, when I get that mouthpiece, she's going to be special.
First question, TT, how did you see this game from your standpoint? What do you think happened out there in the second half?
We just made a drought that we just couldn't come back from, and our third quarter, we just always not the best. It always just starts slow for us, and we just never can come back from it.
What does it take to change that, in your opinion?
I think not just having the coaches be fired up, but it starts with us. Like, we have to be like, we was down by, 7 or something like that. It just starts with us just being like, we got this. We right there with a good team. We can keep pushing. Or even if we down by 10 or 15 at halftime, it's more time. It's so much more games. Forget about the shots that wasn't falling in the first half. We got this.
How critical was coming out, maybe not taking great shots from the team's perspective, and then Northern Iowa capitalizing on the other end? How impactful was that?
That was very impactful. That's how we created a drought. It's by shooting shots that's not that's very contested, or just we can get better looks of it. So it made it very impactful to the game.
You got to the foul line 10 times tonight. Would you say this maybe is as aggressive as you've been all season attacking the basket?
I would say yes, because I go to the paint every game, but it's something we did with our little scout was a controlling box, what we can control and stuff. And something I put I can't control is me. Well, I can control but can't control is me missing shots. I can only just try to fix it. So I just want to move on from the play of me not making that shot and just keep attacking. And from my coaches, they was telling me I'm fading away a lot. So just making sure I just go in stronger.
One of the things she's referenced in the last couple of years NBA next best action. Is that something how much has she talked about that with you then?
All the time. She talked about that when I first got here. And last year, like, she says it and it's just like, okay, but like now it's like, it's really like next best action. Like, move on. Don't let that play just sit in your head, because then it would just make you not play as hard.
And she talked about you playing a lot as the point tonight. How much do you like that role?
I mean, it's fine. I don't care. As long as I'm out there, I don't care what I got to do, but it's fine.
Kind of a good challenge in a sense, getting the offense going, getting teammates to where they need to go, and all that good stuff.
Yeah, it's more responsibility than I had fewer games past. I didn't have that many responsibility. Putting people in the right spots and making sure everybody just doing the right thing. I didn't have to worry about that, but now I have to.
How close is this team to getting to where you and everybody else obviously wants to get to?
I think we're pretty close. I think we've shown it in the second quarter when we was getting stops and getting good shots from us. We just wasn't hitting them. But I think we've shown it that we're very close. It's just once we stop getting the droughts, we'll be okay.